we were say interim no o so bibia no but obi a okwa odi nim de ekọ no okwa no asema okọ kan ne say
so obi ho akere na o man bibia in the meantime in the interim
we ba cho obi dan ensu atwa so na akoma ne keta e dey na odi aye no
o man baby die in the meantime
why dey
o man baby die
o man keta
87.9 Kumasi
enta so nko atimi na ntima na yeye unya keta no anya ntoma de bekata ho a obeti madam na yeye
but obi nso be de ntoma ba
obi na obi afa ntoma me say John there was solution and said obi come there no way fisherman one kire ne said o zinyi fish papa obi akoy okan na say papa we aye friend Alan okoy na asem okan ye to Akoma so pani o say dam ya esi heyi o say for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na ye o ye abra o te National Development Planning Commission NDPC o te say ko no o ye no chairman Kwame Nkrumah no ena o ye JH Mensa secretary ena o ye nhihye say o de dam no catchment area say asase nyantama dam no hunyina be farming revolution owiya ye no saka say nsuo no level no say John wakọ order tem bi o measure wakọ excursion order o kire say measure e bedu enti de o measure na o do level o pe na de aka nyina o de be irrigate farms no na afi Kwame Nkrumah say wa building factories factories na wa building ni nyina ano o de sa farming revolution no raw materials e be free aba na be feed factories no no dey production ohwe Alan Grain Transformational Plan na ewom Kwame Nkrumah wuye obi enu wa revisit sadie President Kufuor ensenche ni obeye organ ha nyina no he never revisited Kwame Nkrumah's vision but ohwe Alan Grain Transformational Plan na ewom
Akoma FM
o kire say industrialization oba beye no obe make sure say raw materials do na no be fa Ghana ha ya no dey feed those industries then now okay Alan say ade ba kwa me dem afa me born a tofa e won a great transformational plan also oba build the enterprise economy say John say obi a parking kai pa o my build the enterprise economy be powerful in fact or super powerful example China, Singapore, Malaysia, United States of America, Canada omo build the enterprise economies I say over reliant on natural resources nyakopon achede odi amaye no enterprise economy no ye enimdie ene de building ena sa natural resource endowment ne so no I say ayade a wo raw material wo a wo gina so na wo fa so e de ayede ade a build the economy enterprise economy no say John me come on or say through that no under the enterprise economy no obehwe say obe stabilize macro economy no ye wi e be kire matiefo enya abotremaye eno achi obe rely kese on the private sector minya akwanya tu kwan efri Ghana kakra na this was my experience empanyifo say ebi shewanu ma na auto aye dey ebe Alan Cass obe industrialize Ghana obe ma Ghana aye the China of Africa say John dey neba mtimi say is it true or kebie dia na they say akra onyina obeto car no osu akra no obisa taibo osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah epese obeka bibima nyina abom ne nya common market said ye European market ufi France eko Germany koto BMW na de ba France untua 1 euro kra eno ase watu kan hwi na de akora France untua 1 cedi ye maame mu a omuko Togo ko fantoma ne ade central market for no on say duty nti omo de fada bala no mo de adoje custom for chuma no mo sizi omo ne omo no Kwame Nkrumah epese eko me nya common market African countries na say be akwa bibiman kro ba ko na ko fa no ma de ba bibiman kro fofora untua duty anye yie sika brofo di jaye chi nyina wantumi anye Muammar al-Gaddafi the great Muammar al-Gaddafi of Libya opese benya common market as Africans oye ya anye yie a certain lunch matin etumi aya ma ya common market owie ye no okwa fa automobile companies car companies min kan na tiefo ntiase yi aba a omo hihye cars e wo Ghana alanche matin GTP ni mo say se Ghana for man akwanya ema no ebedi omampanyina obe solve unemployment issue no ekwa be na be so asolve or so the component manufacturer any friend spare parts or the spare parts e ba be ka car asafo eje car o de ba ye no companies be 17 a year your company a brake pad company a tire wheel company a bonnet company a windscreen company a driving mirror company ba ko and yes I no many nyina enti so the companies ba omo component manufacturing company and spare parts companies what the kind am kebi bi ma bom am ye di dwa wa ha headquarters ni si Ghana as a trend say obe produce for African markets into obi of Kenya, Mauritania, South Africa, Morocco, Tunisia, onko Germany, onko South Korea, onko spare parts and to duty from money chrome abroad ba Ghana so be fast spare parts duty free, quota free obeba Ghana. The more African you know when you are Ghana no na Ghana ba be the China of Africa said the lunch Martin a promise on the great transformational plan. The more Africans in Ghana about fast spare parts, they say there will be high demand for spare parts, and there will be the need for labor. What you say? There many who cry about holistic. Say industry no yet desa because spare parts production cost for Ghana for African market. A buyer will be forced to pay teacher for a year. You'll be forced to pay nurse for a year, civil servants a year, and this are this assembly nurses teachers. Omu na be jai about industry. Unim say Ghana pay ena aban etuaka chen private sector. Okwa abroche baby a private sector etuaka aban. Enti enterprise economy no ba be no. Oba be empower private sector. Say the net ye what tallow oil. E what takrade tallow oil. Aketu ade be ma no. We doctor. We doctor raised to the power 600 cry. Unu obi o first degree. E what tallow oil cry no. Onya oyon kono no. What you say? Private sector na wo empower. Na ye nyasa companies omutua kayiye exetalo oil bebre eba system ni mu a ene be ma Ghana economy no I diversify
right
adanie
okay
eno na launch mate the great transformational plan no tofabo e ka bre omu a e ka ma be fa about 7-8 ayi ba ko pe any private sector dey na America me kire mu say obe process nyuma na ye dey abegu ha obi ka so obe bibia say John bisa say dey no wa ya oba be ye Alan at the after a baby ma waka baby ma 55 countries no waka 53 abom aye be di dwa abom or the headquarters na ba be si Ghana or the automobile companies about sheshe ka wa ha and was the spare parts ba be ka hon we babu na we need that so asan me kan for sad ye we yama na say suban say onya no Patrice Benin obi enum so obinya.
Thank you very much.
Ye nyina ye ntanachi ye fuma no
that same
na o me president
me that same. Thank you very much. But I say, Kogosa for J is seated. Na Menkono. Council, good morning.
Morning,
Boko there.
Oh, I'm wondering what you're doing.
Great. In fact, me who watch a ye pa. I che pa. Well, be job em who's abi twem kakrana when I was saying no. Obey ni na, of course, obey ni na. I see. An open comma ye we are beginning from Alan Kojutre Martin's GTP. Official launch within the week. In the next 10 minutes, we'll pick it from her. And now you want to touch on it didn't come out about employment and other things. If you want to touch on that, remember about 4 minutes beyond that. Then we zoom into Alan, you know. Any of them are. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think they'll
be right.
I'm chair T4. I'm in fan chair PC in Fama and this for Magic Bromuti Akoma FM. Minua wakasa bibri na the wiase no kasa tinti we ntoponko
Akoma FM 87.9 Kumasi
uru alankoju chemanten ka omo a omo adi anaso omo abo omo ho modern wo ye Fourth Republic ma ntimi nyini film so onye bibia waye bi na say kwa mi ho publication bi so say MPP never approved the budget for the one district one factory and sometimes I wonder say omo beto no mo kasi aye 300 ayana mi hu ba bi omo keka free you see in enuna I was saying Cameroon Central for me expose Akufuado because I remember Akufuado ba krom ha ekoye one-on-one ewo in Shire FM okay say interview was that interview na Akufuado 300 factories or liste 300 factories meaning the menu akaya men kai kra no ono a kire so obeye tomato factory ewo Akoma dan obeye ginger factory watwema kwa nwoma obeye we oliste here in fact MPP for na kasa de document bi beto abonten a na omo kire say na ye feasibility okay
pa yeah
district bia ne resources e wom ni ha wo mo de be develop factory no omo ba ya na omo dane ade no say omo ba be ye no in a my friends the PPP so what you say narrative they were successfully able to push it down am I had been free boss and anka so mo say no so but the main boss e ma Ghana for G o mutu mo was that Akufo-Addo ba district bia benya factory be fa nipa Okoka then they will refer you to their manifesto.
Exactly. But
Akufo-Addo anum asem is superior than what is in their manifesto. Do you know that? Because Akufo-Addo ne cabinet ebetimi take decisions your normal bebre normal TV it is not captured in their manifesto. Your normal bebre they tout as part of the achievement which was not captured in their manifesto. They are not going by their manifesto in strict sense. Stricto sense on say Omafa page 1 you can say I no near you. Your normal bebre but today is part of the achievement. Adie say normal crisis the president etimi transeka say given the current situation we can't do this, let's do this, cabinet approve, move for parliament for approval and yenye meboa taxes betting tax ne wo omo manifesto.
In fact, there's 88 hospitals along the line by because of COVID.
Exactly. What is Indiana? Okoka say kwade ye manifesto nim. And me person me defeat this argument na e mo ti ase say and someone ka so mo ka kire yen ma ye gitu mu e ma Ghana for dodo na dina so de to abama wo mo no enye no na 1D 1F no mo ye no.
Okay, so where are we now? What is
now,
the direction? Yeah.
Me dear. Me did say of all the plans, the betimi ama Ghana for ho ahen high wo mo entem the 24-hour economy policy. Of all the plans.
But 24-hour economy is a Ushe Alandi Wami Atiase we detail what he wants to do with the plan. But 24-hour economy explanation binkum nifa. Sometimes you listen to your own people. Na baby nam no. Untiase.
On say John why
yes.
And until na me say me take the trouble to try and talk about it today. And communicators there ye nyina untimi nya pepepe. The way me nua kratia and espouse Alan ideas. Obeji atum ne me be ya adwen say enye obi a ne wo a believing Alan policy na obetimi a chechim say the o chechim. Say what I say just that sometimes in communication you need to exercise some command and control system. Said the beya enyo bia na betimi akọ na adwen by heart. Of course even in MPP omo adma minia Ishak for the way of communicating. Ya onkrofo bebre omo ye below standard. Unu omo go me of framing you know of framing na ka so on me na eba make us member. So what you say me man nyet said ye see when this mu no ebi nsi wo ba bia ada what me hu de o kan nye de video no mo say ye lions ni but eno de Ishak na YouTube say o say de no to ba bi na ye ka sem fufu eno de ya men kan no eno men kan no why
so let's move on
enti ye urajo ma maka say or the 24-hour economy.
What we are landing?
Me person me use that opportunity because you spoke about employment, you spoke about Alan's policy, any other. So I want to also tell our side of the story and how we intend to change Ghana. Now you reduce unemployment. Say what I say. Now, Eddie Kaino, I think I was saying Kiyin Nakre, but you are John Dramani Mahama Abaso. Say what me are so honest. Achrim dientia 24-hour economy no na obetimi dia bad ni mwani mu ya ebetimi ama mabunu ne Ghana for ye hwan han ye edi kan mind you we are under an IMF program and in the 2023 budget and make us an obetimi a fact check na mama in the 2023 budget page 57 from paragraphs 2 to 3 eba nyina no aban e the measures bi gu expenditure measures Abina say from Sabrea 2023 kwa kopem se beto abakra be wie kopem 2026 wo ba bi no ontimi fam adwuma aban we MPP aban a ene Ishak say ba umia na be sesa Ghana no it is in their 2023 budget page 57 say aban entimi for civil and public service for bio so I just said they critical to say e be a nursing e be a police ebia military and these are critical but say to say ebia ye for nyuma assemblies e for nyuma public services e for nyuma aban say ye freezy enti say ochina bi Dr. Baumi abeka kire wo say to abama me na me be mo wa nya adwuma ya ka hu so oboa.
But we've seen ministries being so almost declared
and I am
under GES or
of course these are part of the essential services.
Okay. All right.
And no kra no abani say I just say I critical. They make us say what you say. I just say I critical, and you see, Sir John, you cannot blame me because these are the words of the finance minister. If Omasi say Omadina, they should let us know. And I mean you ameboa.
Exactly.
Until so mo be ba be catch say asese adwene no. The Omaka wo mo budget me wo parliament e house of record no, ene ne de be adwuma. And in fact, ye nyina ye nim say IMF program ya ye wo mo di ahokere bebrabra aba. Ye debt ya restructure ema wo to government bonds aso ye hye. I don't want to zoom into it, but meaning say ye wo full appreciation of what has happened. Enu nti do ma say me metwa wo ntro say me ba 2025 na ye wo special magic one bi na sika bi da ba bi e de be create jobs. Na mom te say de na me nua e kan Alan plan no ye wo no ma bi wo a wo de gu akoma automatically no enu abe sacred economy ni mama individual be ye empowered. Once omo no etimi nya incentives no omo nya omo ntutu ye koyi omo bi enuma no unemployment burden na da wo aban no so na be kofo. And like he said, in all the advanced economies a private sector ene absorbing nipa dodo na into employment ma aban no e burden ba form.
That's right.
In fact, if you check the public service or the public sector of strength of the UK more ewo form. Ghana, the last press conference I mean say TUC for a year almost a year the end cry 700,000. And look at the population, we are about 31 million. And a buying strength obetimi di afa amount for absorb amount for into public sector is 700,000. It's about that time I was here nyina ye conscientizing on a buying so kind of crazy say me solve unemployment no. I just say private sector bam. What am I saying? It didn't na joma ama so obey. Also the begina 3 pillars so. Ba ko ye energy. Me idea because of so on your land and to what say because with that energy industrialization emfa. Joma ama so ye bi pen or record no or track record no say energy en kan ya ho nsem na ye generation no oba ye no ogitu mu se be ma esiesie ye kan ya ho nsem eye wani mu sem. What am I saying? 2 eye security ye ban bo ho nsem. Ye nyina ye gitu mu say se ban bo ni ho a me after 11 wapon obekwa akoda.
That's true.
And at the last one incentives no. Tax waivers na dey ma foreign companies at the expense of local companies egu no. Ye betimi dia maya ya nkran businessmen. E wa ha ama cost of production aba form enti so ensuo we na wo produce a wo betimi wo na wo yetimami no wo betimi anya bi cheap ayeden ato ni kwan se ensuo bo okra ye den ma wo. Enu so betimi ama na expanding the business, and by so doing with the expansion no nipa no befa so omunye bebre. And there is a third point, another fourth point, ye differ from MPP for kwan no mo person mo fa so no. Also mo de buy so ye be ban and no ma bi a ye mpese ye be crab you can't do that when your local people no have not demonstrated capacity. Say when that gap is created you betimi afele enti the NDC be ye say ebia say mo and ebia ye 1,000 tons in a year we will rather cap it at 50%, so 500. The rest ye the ama local people no as they grow and they expand after they own say they have the capacity no we can now have a total ban because udi agrosina shortage should buy at the price
there will be also problem
what a price hikes so beba. They make us what you say. No, now after na me be expand the security.
2 minutes.
Oh
yes.
That is why I usually make us say. So what I mean, time kasaba because you need more time to explain.
Yeah.
So on security, example, pharmacies here, you know what you come say. Ebi omukro matro 24 hours about so more operate 24 hours and yen can cry. Are they really operating 24 hours? No. My example, Lord K. Body. Watro 24 hours. But after 11, on what the notice grab say after 11, ring a bell. Bell bibo. Oba ringi. O ring there, wa kreti tokrobi. O matcha cement tokrobi nedaho. enti ehɔ na wo be engage pharmacist no o to de o se me to bi ku sen na wa na wo disca na fa tokuro nim na no so de duro na fa tokuro nim wa close ni main gate no why bible ni ho onim se wo ye kromfo se ka se wo ho se tuo na wo ho onim enti the risk of say obi betimi abanda the guys or so obeto ade na wato ahye no so asesa ne sika na wo soro jo mahama se oba be hwe ama ya expand not only through government but aban strength ni so as you speak your numerical strength ni so and COP bright to draw our former CID retired boss I say we will need 25,000 more police officers to augment the numbers okay and ya no kwan ye be san so amend the private security for act no under Ghana police service as we speak chrono advance so you need to also advance in your attempt to combat crime so once it is amended na ebi mo kra ye nya tuo bia na mo use ebi kra use tuo kra so they will go through professional training under the Ghana police service they handle arms na almost be can numbers so that we can have more people patrolling in the night okay. And also your job creation because the mean our private security company na a government try engage no case per head be mema 1,500 me sure so be make some profit or make it profit or be expand no e nipa na o recruit omo ama omo so free unemployment bracket ni maba ono ne die nim dey make us what ya
ya to us ya
akon there was them said that every 30 minutes be tell me one day now we talk about some
yes on security no as is yet we will come back there maybe you may your opportunity at chip in other areas like a cry maminko is active na
yes
but bibi aboko there
nyame adom na so
nyame adom bibi aboko
mpanimfo se edwa ebeba ifranopa I'm not here to praise my main competitor, which is my colleague from the NDC, 87.9 Asafo. But of course, he doesn't even need 30 minutes to make the point that he's made. In other words, he's not going to falter on acquiring or communicating the ideas. And I think that is my opponent, but if you listen to him, you will not expect that he's going to falter. But if you listen to others, all right, there will be so much chaos in respect to the 24-hour economy.
87.9
Me and Pudon, I want to stay in Ghana. But because we have seen so-called, and I will use the word so-called members of parliament, past ministers, past deputy ministers, communicating to the issue of 24-hour economy. And as of just 3 minutes, 5 minutes, they had 30 minutes, 1 hour, and they messed up.
They messed up
completely. Okay? I agree with him to the extent that you situate the private sector in the conversation. Otherwise,
87.9
won't on mine public finance and governance on yes, on average, education, and let's not forget, Emra, you introduce free senior high school policy, free TVET, plus the STEM. No, there was a huge gap in terms of teachers. As I say,
that's true.
Yanunti on record at Duchum I any Napo combined, they are almost hitting 100,000 teachers. Teachers alone.
87.9
As a matter of fact, on average, it's almost 14,000 per year. No, just say no and be free. What I say. Now, if you look at the health sector, and so there is also huge recruitment. Minion pencil as far back as my Professor Mills, 2010. One more year blood and union examination
lab technicians.
Lab technicians. 2010 up to the time they exited office. Monfenipa. the way I know almost shout to. Adudankwa Akufo-Addo had to come and cater for that backlog. Okay? Then including also nurses and other paramedics. But to what extent, if you don't empower people to go into, private, medical facilities to employ more? Huh? Look, me operation our British. But let me walk. Canada meeting me call British, hospital. But I went to private hospital. Dr. Kaza. Oh, you Juni. Because you don't know Bukua. And yet British a year over that's say 1 year, 6 months and Sunday acquire surgery. No. Once you have your money, you are gone. Now I employ Ghanaian nurses. That was our private facility. Okay? Now Osha the course of the creation of employment under local government, particularly time one New Patriotic Party introduced 6 new regions. Me ankasa, I can confess to it. Makwada bakwa, me mentor no. You see, our budget officer, Wenchi Municipal Assembly. He got a job because of the expansion and creation of the 6 new regions. Watch us here. So say I'm in Okase. You see, I'm in Okase. And as of was also meticulous. To the extent that I say, look, essential services. Say, local assemblies, no, the 261 metropolitan municipal and district assemblies, no, together, no, one be recruited not less than 27,000, and it's localized because of equipment, road, construction equipment. One year, now we're expecting say end of this month. Anka yebe commission to say the national ambulance service no na our friend is saying afi ya dispatch woman na echo MMDAs no 261 MMDAs in the country, 27,000 employment is on the way. Watch us here. Just look at me ankasa Professor Zachariah no, I taught him at Gimpa Business School, professor of emergency medicine. Later came to Gimpa for accounting, finance, and business administration. Ambulances, now you're 55 in the country. 55 ambulances in Ghana. So 55 ambulances now in Ghana, and 50 and an functional. Just say you need to be a Jumaman ye. Internet me student no. So that time I know a director ambulance service no. Bosu no. No a bosu of 50 ambulances. At the stroke, Adudankwa Akufo-Addo pushed it to 307 at a go, with additions making it up to about 400. And I am confident to tell you that Professor Zachariah Nuhu had to do a lot of recruitment there. What I say? Okay. Now come to skills development, because say opesa would take job creation nasia and you ignore the private sector, then we are very limited. That's the point I want to establish. What I'm trying to put across is that say Oko YEA as we speak today, even under Kofi Japan, he's getting closer to 100,000 in terms of attach other people na buying air so much and no musuade. Look at Nano Nansanya Kaya development. One year John Dramani Mahama was giving them headpans. Adudankwa Akufo-Addo says no. So
Kaya integration to say after graduation.
Take your time. Take your time. Okay? We are talking about a plan. We are talking about policy. What the air lifted people from FM. No more skills be more the Akoma FM 87.9. So my graduated first batch. I think it's about 600 or so. First batch. I do more kids, no more tools, what I say? I have insisted, say, at DSSO and national NIP, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. Kofi Ofosun Cancer, was there, and I think they are in charge of that. Afei ena ubeden ubedi omochi no ahwe say tracer studies no who say omo kwa ha we ye adwuma we ye adwuma ha. So I am trying to put across to my colleagues, any your listeners and everybody, say also quantified number of employment and creativity in the government circles. That's a lot. But there is a limit. And that is why if you look at the 1D1F, with all the limitations that people are talking about, 1D1F on record has created not less than 160,000 jobs. What you say?
FM 87.9.
Yanunti. Say Obia per se or criticize Yado Danko Akufo-Addo. You cannot compare it with Obia or can say or no dear on your magician. It is different from the fact that it's not in your manifesto, but what you utter, what comes from your mouth. Again. The minister at the time, Yera Pelpo, say look, someone say pajuma. Kwan bia ofa so abenya adwuma ne say ubeko wuram no tasre.
87.9
What you tasre na the big kwa ho e dey obi beto. And again, the same person is on record. Have the videos. Say ubetimi asesa abo. Sabo begugu kwan ho na bro abo no a. Obi beto, obenya sika gu botom. As a matter of fact, as far back as 2015, IMF said that 48% of the Ghanaian youth are unemployed. Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, I keep saying this, face a bigger and stronger financial shock, external shocks ever in the history of Ghana, which is COVID and Russia war in Ukraine. As a matter of fact, COVID on record, people lost 400,000 jobs under COVID. 400,000 jobs under COVID. Any policy for 2024 and beyond are situated private sector in the discussion of employment. Na enye papa.
So you agree with Alan Kojuchi Martin's?
No, what I'm saying is that na enye papa. Okay? But you see, I listened to him, and I said to myself, I don't know whether he's a finance person, and if he's not, I will excuse him.
Okay.
Ima can. And if he's not, I'll excuse him. Banking sector. Oh, really? Perhaps another biggest intervention Akufo-Addo has ever done. And if you are talking about 5% of Ghanaians, yeah, they belong completely opposite of what I'm going to say. But it doesn't stop me from saying what I'm saying.
What's the biggest intervention?
5, maybe. Banking sector. He remembers how Akufo left banking sector. Said he was the jar of Samuel's any year. Okay. Akufo jar banking sector net to send Nimchia Wachacha was sorry with Jan and Nasu Kafu. Saminia Ebekano Kra, one share banking sector as it was handed over to Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The issue of friend is a liquidity support. Look, if you choose 2% of Ghanaians that defended the banking sector cleanup, I will fall into the 2%. Okay?
Those who defended.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes. Liquidity support. And with him, me 2018, I mean, I will not get time to go in.
Yeah, sure.
2018, full notes on the banking sector cleanup. Liquidity support, Jera John Dramani Mahama offer these banks, excluding savings and loans companies, or friends saying microfinance institutions, was more than 8 billion Ghana cedis. And I can tell you, bank way say na call, bank way say na call, bank way say na call, bank say na call. What happened? And she said, "Ben and down and send Ben see."
Akoma FM 87.9.
Akufo-Addo came when the banking sector has been run down.
Okay.
At a tipping point. It is say obi a yari. Na ese say what didn't call or friend is saying theater. Now kwa surgery. Okay.
Right.
So that is exactly what happened. As matter of fact, some jobs that were saved because of the banking sector cleanup, some jobs that were saved because of banking sector cleanup. And go on ahead, that's how I almost say.
And the mommy in a minute. And the mommy in a minute. And the mommy in 1 minute.
Intervention, the banking sector. Chaos. Nanko my Ghana yeshe. All right.
On that note, I'm sorry.
4.6 million depositors. We're going to lose their money.
Thank you very much. I was my to us obeti me message about on Facebook page. Na ya share ho asem aka the amount. Ima my moving on to, I don't know if you want to touch on this, but all in your minutes. In the next, yes, I just say it for another 10 minutes. With
FM 87.9.
rebuttal, I'll be in that 10 minutes. Then we move on to the running mate issues in the MPP. All in 10 minutes.
Right. Senior Ishak, banking sector no cry the way I see a new Emma buying the Nanka me expect to say
to you.
A T4 and cry President Kufuor a free so no na banking sector no na ejina na so yi ba NDC buy said it 2016 videos were ho say me bomb chipa no and cry
Akoma FM 87.9 Kumasi.
na wasa ba obi a we true leader na banking sector akofo mo a what do you do, especially at the backdrop say unemployment rate e was now obe solve banking sector defects into the wisdom around the time no say let us close all these banks ye good banks ni na ye render families families okay sorry be my hope saying how na ye render mamefo ne papafo a omo ewo abusu omo hwe omo jobless enkoka already high unemployment rate no banks they say etiefo mu nti o omo tena se no omo say omo hia 9 billion right say aban injecting 9 billion banks na eguo no engu bio because omo sika 7 na aye basa omo anyo tutu yeyi na afa Bank of Ghana at keep close eyes just a Bank of Ghana HSC omo so pa monitor omo anopa awia ene anwumre say the be ya misapplication ne de aka omo ye nyina no omo nya bio aban say 9 billion on friendship na ogu banks na and a better solution and I say the bishi she bibi mu a e ma labor force no so tia and a better solution
tina wo de ohunu senka ye inject sika no wo ma wo na
that is to me that is what common sense suggests. Okay. Common sense 9 billion udi shemu a banks ni nyina be gina brani omu nyina be yadwuma kama Bank of Ghana intervention nti no omu nyina ejira omo na so be expand omo be fani pa more as solve the problem of unemployment and so aban we say there be me nya ne sa 9 billion me fama mo na mo me 21 billion ebe gu no me ka 23 that at a point it was 23 I know but them see am fan 21 kra me the 20 something billion mum ebe gu no ama ya yi nkrofo bebredi me de hia me because you are talking about unemployment me boy de hia me no I say am ya yi nkrofo bebredi amoma betena fie some of which I know me nim nipa be for a omu nyina om betena fie John mu nyina ho no mo ye adwuma ene na ye masters around that time omu nyina betena fie ama ne yere teacher ni ene hwe no ene ne ma teacher ni na ketu ayi say ama che say enkofo life aye basa eno wasam na mekan ya senior Ishak say ebisa say am I a finance person? Do I even need to be a finance person to understand this common sense?
Okay.
I don't need to be a finance person.
All right.
Yeah, they are the show on sir. Untimi my neoma complex. Oh, this thing is simple. There is no complexity in this. Yes, very simple. Who apply common sense, you must get it. Nika say muno. Ubisa no direct question say Alan's GTP. Does it stand the chance of solving the unemployment problem in Ghana? He never mentioned anything concerning Alan GTP. One comment cry. One comment cry. But the Amidanya Mia say, etie for 8 years. Because I have a lot of etie for 8 years.
Okay.
Now, so
the next minutes of 5.
It's less
Yes.
than 5.
No, you are ending at 23.
You
are ending at 23. No.
30.
So you are ending at 25.
And I will say 15.
Ima, that is not fair. Let's production is monitoring everything. And end at
obisa question we 13.
End at Ima,
you are not truthful.
Ima,
say you are not truthful.
Ima,
we 13 no 18 seconds. And to also be kasa and how can you say honestly we
okay. So enter into the running mate issues.
Have to speak
deal with your 10 minutes in your next minutes on running mate issues.
Time no dey mama me. The person they can make. And
but you cannot go beyond. You cannot.
Of course, I know.
Because your topics here.
I know.
So in as much as you have more room to discuss. Yeah, you have more room to discuss that. So let's.
Can you imagine? What they no cry to nchen me bawo. Wan we mi. What they no to nchen ya. Utie. What they no to nchen ya o. What they no to nchen ya. Ubisa no. Alan asem didi
He asked me anything about Alan.
What me say about
Alan? I tried to link the discussion to Alan's GTP.
And to you are no. Oh, kase ubisa no cross still o misa no. Enye nwanwa. Baby o free ba ne de. Sa na tie enti nye nwanwa. What you say? What you say? Enti de me kan say etiefo atie ye. Ubisa ye ekwa e be fa so solve unemployment problem no. Ma kire kwan a Alan GTP no as suggest practical ways. And abstract practical ways are so many. I said, what the way neighbor, what the kind of way yaba, what the after ba, what the spare parts companies PE ba, or call WTO executive director position, or Okra Link, Okra Network, or the Progua for African market. And for African market, the any demand very high. And the warranted the need for a higher labor force. Obia benya jumai. Enti say omo hyabo say omo de agu kwan mu no amanfo from no ne kura ba nya adwuma aye Ghana enne what you say enne na wo nyamesoro omu a what dey tro say wo ba nka chopa nko na ka opa na ka nka asa fufuru bi nka chopa e na opa na ni nyina no o npa chaw na so sa benya kokoduro asa be di atro fufuro thinking say Ghana for say bi ye huru ye nim ekosoro enti ye sa de ebe mawa uye na onim tia ye be mawo uye na onim antia 2016 me dey esafo je nie odi madanse me dey this top pa because no omomode but say there me say we say back na incompetent we be super incompetent it was system na yes system no me fa MPP hu fa NDC hu fa ala no kra me fa ne hu in a time like this only the best person to lead. That's why I'm supporting him. When we say you're independent in nature in a time like this, the best person to represent Ghana, any island, into America, into that is to the things he said. Yeah, you are right. But what is say? Napo, Matthew Poku Prempe say, or may running mate. Abraham here, you parliament. Now, opinion,
no, I mean, Enra, the majority leader, openly said they've met Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and he has told them, say, he is the running mate. After Tuesday, or be announced. So miracles is there wasn't you no cray.
In the history of this country, as what about say a brass will be also be in a running mate for the reasons of indecision on Dumini. Now, Kwaba Wanyaba. Now, one political party leadership no. Eko, where's the way? Where's the way? When the center cannot hold, these are some of the things that happens. What you say? When the center cannot hold, me Christo me Methodist, me Mekano Cressa, Ghana Yoyenti, because me say NDC MPP na yante, NDC Yoyenti, Yanti MPP Yoyenti, ni menya yete Ghana Yoyenti, ti me Ghana ni Mekano Cressa. Orana post ono na eba, or how ni ho, ono na eba say be NDC for me match kra NDC for de no was ro channel, no kra ba ko pe. Running mate, no. I was no channel, of course. In no aspect, human relationship. I'm telling you, sir, Parliament. Unim say anyone was say MP appear kubi. Abeke cancel my babeka say on your own support or MPP new. No Felicia Parliament for crown support. No, more Parliament. I'm telling you, unim say MP is no channel on you. 87.9. Hey, I'm telling you, a big channel just a big channel on you. So, o level no, a new level be a channel on you. So, me jina ho on say a bank be was it NIB. Ewasi ho. Bijina honom. Bichiano
oh once probably you cannot equate one a day's action say and suddenly
human relationship and the
because I know some
say lawyer
young MPs
so ni Ibrahim Mahama
yes
wa hu ni video na o ka say nipa ye nipa enti uhia wo bia mfa ho say wo ye kaya ni so ye den or what you say uhia na just say good morning na minya wo tisen ko ebia na ba bia o kono kra no
ono ni ho bibi o
mfa ho ne how 30 years I say obetimi asebi o la enti say o ka maninka na ishak
maninka nwa asemunwe ebi kra no o ka besiwachi wrap up for me
yeah right
wrap up for me
enti obi ayeyi no asrani yeyi jena no poku adima menyi ni say me NDC no me support omo na me ka say Ghana for NDC mra NDC aba why de obetumi aye anso Ghana for no mapam no MPP aba wabeya tra de NDC ye no kra on de obebon kra che NDC enti me de but jena no poku adima ba wa unti say NDC for top notch be grantee interviews akeka ho nsem but this one flag bearer na kasa ba ye nkofo Ghana for nyini ntu ukoyi running meter or ya appealing na nkofo be hwese ombegina omde ne be substitute na na so maka say we ntia wasa kwa koyi sebio de no so question mark kese e won ho
Imam that say
it's a good news for Ghana. Good news in the sense say ebe ma Ghana for hu say abekronsa waje say foforo bi ama.
All right, thank you very much.
Yento NDC entontwene yento MPP entontwene ne new face incorruptible nature obi a keta ahye project kankan ni mu na yemfa Ghana ma no.
Right, thank you very much. Yes, mami nko kwasa for the one in fact ono so ahwe ono ankasa de me gini di cancel mu onam kwa so awoba mini mami ntiwe na yenhwe reactions rebuttals near the then to the running mate issue
mini apani ishak okasa no so oh COVID time so ono on ha nani a meni ba bia ni data ni free one share ni source but osi so on ha nani a nipa be 400,000 ene disu
Akoma 87.9
but so on report bia obetimi a share a particular document
in parliament
doing what time ebia present budget okoye den cause ono nya what enti woman na ehu the direct source na o figures ni free but whilst we wait say all day sani source no crab between after COVID between 2022 and 2023 alone over 500,000 Ghanaians lost their jobs post COVID into the anunko akra kan ho 1 million per ono ani figure
Akoma FM
o de no kra kan ho 1 million ya make us what ya say upon sema ishake tina ha okeka ye nyina ye beka say asem na wie ye ne say
now the why is your source
me source dey say wo betima na say onim say me tina me keka nsema me so
no for the benefit of your TFUT
Ghana Statistical Service
okay
GSS and mo betimi abo over 500,000 people lost their jobs in Ghana between 2002 2003 GSS it is widely published Ghana web everywhere mama nhwe kra say me hu ha ma
ko anim
my demand be a free shack until na me percent.
Production have
so
worked
as
on
you
that.
can see here, this is 23rd February 2024. Over 500,000 Ghanaians were unemployed between. This is it. You can read it. Yes, you can read the story and it was. And no. This was reported by Ghana Statistical Service.
All right.
So what must I say? But who say during the time of COVID, which was Debbie. Oh, be a Bob voice now, but what the mammy comment? Said the city beyond. Me person say unsema ukaena ye be localize the employment bureau the local government and 20,000 assuming na we yen say as we speak under this administration unemployment is all time high. Asem na we yen no asem na we yen say employment minister to me ba say ya employ 5 point something million number umiapa 2.1 million what is so by almost 3 now obi about 3.11 million second you know yes I hwe manim unim Dr. Bawumia source wo here o say senate bibia e basa enti the Ghana for party free shack won say unemployment now o keka nsama kese na ya for way na we ye ne sen na we ye on ye Ghana mabunu no ye so anything there make us what must say ye na we ye na kwakosi say mama ban way na unemployment akosoro 10 aban bia John wo de no to nchen a osi on the support banking sector clean up no na minim say menu apani shark ni 3 more den sa because onim nipa dodo a alusu omadjuma innocently and I will cite Heritage Bank on kire me de nti a yebu Heritage Bank Sir John, on kire me de nti a yebu Heritage Bank and you Ghana Statistical Service report and omo dia to so what must say enya addition me demand wo kan 400,000 oh Sir John wo ebia ni o so wo Isaac ene o de money flow mami money nkone ni mami wa John we mu check ya
kwa ku me check bibia ye nko ya
enti wo si won de na ni je ho pa say ye gu banks no Sir John kanokure wotie yi se minuan e de wo ka 50 Ghana cedis a obekwa akobo pa akotua 500 Ghana cedis say ye maju 50 man
Akoma FM 87.9 Kuma
enu bi no mo de aye Ghana fo no mo ne bank fo nyina akosia na wo finance minister abeka kire say si enya sika 9 billion ne de ma banks na omo nyina be stay liquid customer wo sika enyira okwa wo nsa beka wo sika omo amabunu ayafo mo bank wo beko so atena adwuma nim they will stay employed bosume so ebetua omo ka and what you say adwuma no be grow omesan so afa nipa aka ho wunya 9 billion Isaac any Dr. Bawumia munyansa kire omo say 9 billion no so nemo mekwa akwa besia 25 billion Sir John on fa 9 ni ma adwuma ne ntena ho nemo okobo besia 25 billion no de ababa be gu banks no na mabunu na alusu o madwuma na customers no kura besi na bi mu nka onsan ka o musika afi no ma release sika ni bia o so o de ba be tuatua bi ene ade ti yebusa se 25 billion no mo koje dadaada no sika na wen ya bi nsan ka o musika besi ne
o fa me 1 minute me so me fa tie na oka banking sector Sir John your friend is a go Security and Exchange Commission and many
we want go any agreement or kasa enter into the one now granted no
so what you say
there wasn't any agreement those do any deal
sad dey no mo ye no enya de obi a betimi rationalize na mesre minua Isaac say what you say mesre say sa tangent ni de said you otimi two for no me so me two ni for onya go obi a walusu na dwuma two banking sector clean up na wo so border Bawumia ho dawuro a wo te wo se wo support say ye gu bank ne ma ni lusu na dwuma be de no ato aba ma obi a otie wo a ɔno no ɔyɛ adwuma a ɔnyɛ bɔne bia wɔ heritage bank wo sika
87.9
but mo say adwuma ni wura egyina trial ɛnso under article 19(2)c yɛ so obi ayɛ innocent until say court be convict no mo gyina so gu ne bank ɛna ɔte fie na ɔka so ɔbɛto aba MPP ɛtɔ so biem na no a mehwɛ Ukraine for match yi say ne mani agye me say agu Ghana for anima Ukraine for kura mo na Russia Ukraine ɔmani agye bɔbɔ ɛna mo transfer to ɔmo so saa na Russia Ukraine ɛna COVID hwɛ Isaac March 2020 and you recorded your first COVID case. Okay.
Yeah.
As at March 2020, na Ghana, the public debt now move from 120 no, to 236 billion. Na IMF started boy koko. From 120 to 236 billion as at March 2020. Now, Osha your debt to GDP as at 2019. Now 2016 now 56%. 2019 now move from 56 to 64. Now, interest payment near Ukraine memeka. But GRE in terms of revenue mobilization, in 2019, GRE enya 43.9 billion. TME pa. 2019 ana COVID in my GRE enya 43.9 billion. In 2020, na GRE kura nim say because of COVID now. Yes, shut them near the identity productivity back from T, the revenue mobilization back from T, or no revise or project so benya 42.7. But GRA ended up raking in 45.3 billion, higher than what it got in 2019 when there was no COVID. In fact, 2021 from 45.3 billion, obenya 57.32 billion. Or exceeding the target now from COVID times, Babesi. I think it's still exceeding its target. It is a COVID buyer. A buyer can Ghana nyasika more.
Yes, spending so.
Don't you say?
But
1 billion now, maybe 1 billion now. You the IMF de ma any World Bank, maybe any World Bank. No, I want to tell you that COVID was a blessing to the Ghanaian economy. Maybe what I mean, my point. No, COVID was a yes, no problem. COVID was a blessing. What they did, what they did, a reckless expenditure. Any chrono, and we use our opportunity in Ghana. That is why we are in a mess. Wale parliamentary candidate, no, any wale or Narugu Obano, ni tape ne womoha. Was a COVID sika buy because he was parliamentary candidate, a man 100,000. One kasa party chairperson, meboa.
Say the man, so probably on was he on dear 100,000 no nya and I know on the tape or accuse you be say or Canadian would dear one fa munye party adwuma and what justifies any Canadian crowd TV the boa party. Me say all the original executives here Chelsea can mom okay meba okay NBSSI make NBSSI
MPP for ya jeje omo Ghana card na ye di register omo otiwa na 2000 abetom kunkron otiwa na omo wie ya na omo change NBSSI I introduce a new act in parliament and omo gu old one no and omo introduce a new company
enterprise
meboa ka tell me say meboa if you go and spend 598 million on the production of just sanitizers and nose mask. 500 million Ghana cedis.
Right.
What the 32 million? I say what the press conference during COVID time. Abra yesu nim say GTV. Sa broadcast omo ye na na free. Na yes you got to say. Yes your insurance am frontline health workers. Okay. As we call here audit, the special audit on COVID-19, you are spending 15 billion on ties.
Meda say. Oga for je meda sipi my yen Yeah, within the week, was it this week? As of what time. You see, one thing is that, and this week is so. This week, you need school feeding for Emma Kase. Almost say, surprisingly, I was so surprised that Adriano Monoama GHS for control BC at the time, so you into your mocha. And I was also so surprised. May I say? Ishak Yankwen.
15 million cedis.
Alafaje, you are on heat, please.
I
Man,
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 man, 2 minutes.
Man in
But
man
me
in
sure said ye quid ye. Obey it.
man in trust, mami.
Hwɛ sɛ yɛka sɛ ɔman bi grow 0.5%. Adeɛ no will grow average 7% before COVID. Before COVID.
Akoma FM 87.9 Kumasi.
The implication. But I said he is talking about revenue. Revenue. Yet now fear 10 months or thereabout. Public sector majority ankwa juma obaya juma chense bia through Zoom. Meanwhile, government paid us. Oh, and Ukrainian yamieni se COVID ama adodankwa kufuado pencil. And the bar Yera John Dramani Mahama pencil.
87.9 Kumasi.
Given the fundamentals, one would the a giant san yekwa as the base. And kadia betu main, and I've specifically written on it. It's covered. We are speaking to economy. What are you talking about? What does it mean to grow 0.5%? He concentrated on revenue mobilization and only tax revenue. That's an outcome. He talked about only tax revenue. The GDP and I reflect it, every sector goes into the GDP. Yes, it is. Maybe. You see the point. You see the point. Every sector goes into it. So when you were growing, so when you were growing, so when you were growing at average 7%, now you grew 0.5% because of pandemic. Ramification are very, please. Ramifications are very huge in the economy. Look, it's not me. You were John Dramani Mahama when he goes outside Oxford and other places. He concedes. Please. He concedes. You see, he concedes that COVID-19, Russia won in Ukraine, had devastated the entire world, including Africa and his home country, Ghana. Oh, come on. All right. You see, Paul Boateng, Lord Paul Boateng, Eba UPSA, forget about John Mahama, Lord Paul Boateng, about UPSA, and make the same or similar statement on the Ghanaian economy and economies in Africa and the global economy. Rishi Sunak, the British Prime Minister, in his response in Parliament about say my unemployment cost through inflation cost through and all of that, also mentions specifically sad two external shocks pandemic and Russian war in Ukraine. What are you talking about? Are you more knowledgeable than these people? Let us call a spade and not a big spoon. Post-COVID growth 2021 5.4% under Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. Until Russia war in Ukraine, projected growth 1.5% by IMF. Adodankwa Akufo-Addo exceeded it and took it to 2.8% as at end of 2023. As we speak, first quarter growth this year 4.7%. Fish our review the projection for this year from 3.8% to 4.3%. It keeps rising. What are you talking about? So a single measure. Yes, you should say economy be expanded and my job here create here. Watch the GDP growth. If there is a single measure that you have to check, say economy no emu baby pager. Am I creating growth? Jobs are watch your growth.
87.9.
What you say? Anti ya kan enim ne ya kan. What are you? Share. Banking sector was like a surgery, and I want to be very brief on it because my surgery. So surgery on check banks post cleanup growth in terms of assets and everything. Check. Until say our friend is saying domestic debt exchange program these are facts.
87.9 Kumasi.
Audience here. So yeah, kasa momi and kasa. Share. IMF Asset Quality Review 2015 and the car banking sector once more. IMF Asset Quality Review and the car banking sector once more.
Cleaning
up the banking sector was the ultimate thing this government, ought to have done, and they did it. And it saved depositors money. About 4.6 million depositors money, and then over 700,000 finance houses. Customers or
Akoma FM 87.9.
men's goals, our position on men's goals are always been the same. Even now, 1.5 million. President and directive finance minister is also on compassionate grounds. We have built an economy. Era John Dramani Mahama. Yes, it was on compassionate grounds. You have built an economy. Era John Dramani Mahama. One of you know I had to say Obofwa Unmaboyarfo. At the difficult times, he was withdrawing every single support in the system that support the poor and the vulnerable. I.e., nursing training allowance, teacher training allowance, Arabic instructor allowance. He opposed free senior high school policy. When we support the people at the bottom of the line.
What were the alternatives or by opposing the okay? What were the alternatives or also proposing?
The alternative, The alternative, on
what
I'm saying is that
he was much concerned about quality and how progressive.
Listen,
this policy
progressive.
Yeah,
progressive. No, how they buy 1 cent hoka. Quote me anywhere. 1 cent hoka. I don't think we can find property pampa ni ho bon adutura ono no odwene mobro wa ho
Akoma FM 87.9 Kumasi.
Many can offend saying automotive sector development, Africa continental free trade arrangement, and attributed everything to Uriah like Dramatic.
Is he wrong?
Oh, 110%. Hey, 110%. Oh. He played a role.
But no, I remember Abaymun Penny for crediting Alan Kojo.
And Komana Media. Simon West, I may use to say.
Okay.
Alan Kojo cannot arrogate 110% this to himself. What are you talking about? He acted as a trade minister under Papa Kufuor. Professor Mills is the first Ghanaian president that argued for headquarters of Continental Free Trade Area. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo credited him when he opened the office in Accra. Professor Mills, what is he talking about? After headquarters in Accra, was the brainchild of Professor Mills. Please. Nyabutre. And Professor Mills is from an NDC. I wouldn't come here and credit him for something that he doesn't deserve. But when he does, give it to him. So African Continental Free Trade headquarters in Accra. Oh. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo underscored that when he opened the Accra office. When automotive development, please. Where's our own casa?
In 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
Automotive sector and attracting the big automotive industries in Ghana is part and parcel of Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
All right, thank you very much. So for just a minute, a minute, sign Atwaso, just a minute. Right, that's it.
The luckiest, luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest, luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers. You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
east, west, north, south, Obia meant to be.
You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Accra to Haga.
Let's go.
The luckiest. is everywhere for everyone. Yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
Doctors,
Nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers.
bankers. The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Right, so for my Ian Traswa, 87.9 FM, 47 minutes after 9. Me start from Masafo Jeho na ya share few minutes yen check because callers we chromo so bumpa. Asafo je ma memra ho na ya hear some few minutes aka me comment on Facebook, me reading afi ya pick calls aka ima allow him. Asafo je ma minti I mean 3-4 minutes will do. Why?
Okay, so ade ba akwa MPP for no ye. Enye no kwasem na menua Ishak a repeat wa ha. Me gidi say e wo say ya ade a yetimi ehwe na ye ka ho asem no. Eye omo ya ade bi. Omo so COVID-19 no kra ye wura mahama ko ama no ne koma speech enye Oxford Harvard. Wakwaje atum say COVID-19 no kra mpo no eka ho bi na Ghana economy na bafom. But Uko break here, Masendo, the full story, and this was published by the Chronicle. Chronicle, you name say a pro MPP newspaper. Inti enuni, Sir John Pacho beti me Chronicle news. Sir John, the Chronicle. And I'm a debate we want the full speech in that one. So, here Mr. Ishaka, we are messenger de we are my kind. Muhammad Ditu mu say African continent no. COVID na ba be ha economies ni nyina. Na mom o proceed further ka say in my country wo me man mu de excessive borrowing. Sika wia na mu wia ne corruptions no unbridled corruptions no. Anu kra na di kan wiki na economy no kra da dansa na COVID ni be bom ti amaye economy a discojo. E hono de for convenience no mo ma journalists for no. Ekofa epeke baby o ka say waje to ogitum say affect African economies ni nyina no. Na me nua ide ade bi kire me sisia as we speak Kenya sabe Kenya ono na wanko COVID nim
yeah okay
Kenya any Africa here Kenya in inflation you say 5 point something 5.1 was saying Kenya inflation 5.1 Ghana inflation 2022 equal hyperinflation 54 na say number 23 and Ukraine demonstration offer debt to GDP Ghana nenam 84 to 85 debt to GDP ye koyako 104 in 2022 after na swatiaba 84 what must here Kenya debt to GDP is saying I think 68 enunti no yewura Ishak sa wonsem no okay you see Sir John Adie bi koso medical demanding the source of nipa 400,000 one farmer sa 84 no Ishak enfa ne source so obe dispute 84% na onfa ne source mra
84 there him
that to GDP ma also ye fact checking
yeah I'm working on that yeah
so what you say because already no ka say COVID man nipa 400,000 lose o madwuma onfa dance ye mra besi ne ayehwe buada onfa mai
500,000 so
they na 500,000 what 400,000 what 400,000 yebusa wo source o say finance minister want me afa finance ministry document bi ama metre dabi o kan wa na ade Sir John topics are the mama no na oka kire me say ye beka unemployment dem oka kire me say ye beka unemployment enti ye nyina obi e kan o kan de onim who say finance ministry source stress nipa 400,000 and they lose o madwuma during COVID what my don't have your person done free enti won say ma wo kan nyina mu holding the street proof on for imra me see for
yes if mama na
Sir John o person hu economy anka say no botomu Sir John, economy bia nya brofo na Ishak e kan o. Economy ni nya ahwehwani wa na ehye no. Economy no e na ye petrol na ye to no. Ana me nua meboa.
Right.
Economy no
for information July 1 the fuel will also go up. According to Copec. Mami Fonsi. That is okay. It's enough.
Economy no.
It's enough.
Economy no. Enu na nanu ema obibini black man betina mu fie ha. Ebe sun say omagu na dwuma mo na order form say team.
Me that say. Thank you. Minia, the next 3 minutes.
Say John.
Yes.
Quickly, Mamenchia, Dr. Penyimbia, OT, Dr. Yeboah Hans Johnson, or Midimafo Heba Clinic.
Okay.
Ebua Kwago, or ye Obia, Senka, a doctor for Nina, Ayo Mojuma said, or ye Jumana, Yamianim no Cruni, Nanka, any Pahometoy. Dr. Hansen, Dr. Hans Johnson, Yeboah, Michia Obibri. Say John, I believe so much in the abilities of the Ghanaian. Say Ghanaian given a favorable environment. My Ghanaian opportunity, I do it my neighbor Jones. Classical case in contest. Apieti.
Akoma FM 87.
What you say? Maybe a explosion occurs so on. Ghana for Timamufo no etumi akom ho bom. We say do say apieti. I yet to say estate. And ya buy Ghana for individual Ghanaians. Enti eya na ye meya, eya na ye meya pa say ye be forget party sem no na ya choose ya social right leadership. Now what to me they created that enabling environment. I created that enabling environment. Ama Ghana for omunim de na omwa hoden no mo wadwen papa na omania breso mbe bibi ama won ho ene on man no aye no ye nam ne ye party sem e na me ya said ye wo kan ye no etiefo omunimu a adwada be ya light bill water bill ye tum adwada edi anim ya unimu a udi scan weekend ya mesrawo hweye adwada be ya ye to petrum etiefo enti weekend wo spend ya hweye men's gold customer bi I was happy me say Mr. Okebi mai men's gold aban aye MPP aban na yi Security and Exchange Commission sa Security and Exchange Commission no and a license men's gold so obi to no ka say men's gold for omo ye enibrebre for omo person omo do omo say me no didi a o ka sa bi uninim de uwanim de a ka beti ase say aban no e wo tumi e wo obi obebie adwuma bia o Ghana so and aban na yi Security and Exchange Commission ese o mo hwe obi o pese obi bibia hwehwe ne nkratam doso no na hu se de oye no ene mra ko entia mra and we hwe men's go kratam no say e ya de papa no oye no de oye no enamra kwan so enti obi betimi na didwa ene ma men's go sisi billboards amanfo do musika akoto what you say amanfo do musika akoto enti aban we ya aban a oju nipa ho a ohu se men's gold oye bibia etia mra no quickly now organize it na satam na access na ho na wo don sa to so wa chama omo musika da ho wanya sa wo ene ogu no baby leadership ni no abai o clueless no bam magu no
but I say mama no I say na mema Ishaka emfa the next 3 minutes no that's fine man no Ishaka area man na ya ma call
why not
no that's 3 minutes 3 minutes is enough ma Ishaka mi ma me time na me ma call semrembi oh ima
ehun be hia say ehun be hia say be place on record say Yera John Dramani Mahama in 8 years no they borrowed $20 billion. I want to underscore the point again. $20 billion. Okay? So omo buy no omo ameye wo man a wogege to nkwa na odi eye adwuma. Again. Say we minister na we adwuma ewo obi ase a we accord regime na o ma we yes adwuma no to whatever good outcome one by automotive sector development, African continental free trade arrangements. A year President Kufuor, President Mills, President Akufo-Addo was the on the baby. It's important we place that on record. Aban we say and kind for Niemen Yina Conco share external shocks. About when kind in answer? Apan we can be acknowledge the reckless energy sector issues. Signing power purchase agreement to over 40 different power purchase agreements and a very expensive power purchase agreements. Okay? Very expensive power purchase agreements. Anna a chrononing na casing na kokoshe. One more year contract na a year kwesiana tatwene. Ubomu a wuni ewu, ambomu a osi ewu. Se utwamwa judgment dead echo. Se wan twamwa, say
okay.
Again, IMF 2015. Assign boy Yang Gera John Dramani Mahama sector say hey set ye power purchase agreements na mutiano not less than 586 million per annum from 2018 and namubetua.
Okay.
Sector ekokoti ahenkra committee. These are facts.
May I say, my friend for the next minute.
The worst options for the energy sector.
May I say, Ubet me abani din come 0322498035 0243114497. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Yes, sir. When you?
Such a friend, Yakum, because I'm through my share south.
Many am
you. I'm sure you my family, my master, my Ghana, my Michael, come MP, Madame Amuni, for any dark pay, and a week in a better by a straw. Omonka dark communication number 3, Omon some months. So, boss, Miss Ghana for you know, 77 MPP for Mamba Boyo, real Ghana for Nama, I won't see the upper Ghana. Chamande Tab and Petro. What is the Bob Marpen to create a dear task?
May I say hello, good morning.
Upon your match, I am Hamza, because that's room.
Hamza, I am going
to make a conversation and a question. One, as a suggested to Orma, when I was Mama, Ishak Wama, you. Ishak Wama, Mamma went to Jamasawa, Yakupwa, and next month, here to mention out the Yabano, Mr. Deputy Communication, man number 1 team, Mr. Mention out to do one more to Abanama. I'm done my company. Now, you can't say Ishak and say, I'm a more pony, which in that I get. As I bet you was out to I am clear, and I will have a pa. Maybe I am Rakum. Moment you see a man, you see a Piro Mutikrum one or Mokasem. What you want, what you know who shall go for before. I'm a more fool way, I'm moving. What you say, Yaku, you can't get a point. I say, the next partner and to be a by one.
May I say hello, good morning.
Hello, morning, sir.
Yes, I'm Pacho Henny.
I question my customer question.
Many are meet you.
Any baby, ABC for Canino, offer, Nanado about Jimo, Nanado about Juma Papa. It is said that Baumia, Omian Fanuko on the post, you can't trouble, can't get trouble. No Fanajin in from a Buagana mine. Nay, Yamahama, I can't want to obey the Diana for Papa to buy, I don't know what you get at a canoe. Mummy mistaken yet, Mamma Hammer, then catch him.
Let us say, all right, hello, good morning. Minia, Mamin Tio.
Mammy Moy Mapaso. I was some talent and Tretta, the young man and Fire, Alan Codic and Martin. Alan Martin Policia, and your father and other. And the transformation plan, the CTT, Freeport, and it's never suspect. Look at the 4th December 7th, the man I know the day. We never bomb ticket, yellow, not at the time, process. I'm in that car. Let's see, I'm not
87.9 Kumasi.
May I say hello, good morning.
87.9 Kumasi.
Asari Bay.
So, let's me do it. Mamma Muni, na mencha the boss, for the Pazabona Petimam, or the Shaka Kustupa. I mean, Chairman and then the Sanate, which you problem point. Ocean is a mamma Brusuan of Paya. Yanka say, Shak, who said Ghana for before? Ghana for who say we move before. And then no more boy I had in here. Ghana for you is here. It's only a category before Mukasayana. Now the Danko Fathers and Bewa or Catcher Ghana for near there. Ghana for Kuna to Soto of Marum. And then on the Euro said, And then we go to tomato. Tomato they can.
87.9.
Me that say my info we say hello good morning.
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Pastor Jamal and Mukata Pro Master. I'm checking Zuba and I'm in chat about it.
Jamal.
No reduce to Mentiano.
Me too.
Let me say, if that could be a country who was sitting, can you follow mine or one that? Let me because I don't know who's come. Parliament will approve Guyana. Because I'm going to people here. A kind of Bazoo and what the Chama de Mampo at the Christmas could be a no Macovia. The young one was a bit about to beat Daya was here. I don't offer power. Yes, what we are independent. The type of energy you need to use.
Me that say all right. My info for Freya and Kakra. What are my mobile number? Tell them there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Bacho. Nyamiado. When you?
Nana Jimeni Balaketi.
Nana Jima meet you.
Nipacho. We say Mostate yeno. Nando jina homa people no oka ngabi eja sa kwan no. Oka be si Balaketi. Ba fufuo so ekwan no. Enye ebura omu win wo masi bebrebe nyina fufufuo na no amode ko koko ne banki ne nia ne de fa kwan so sa kopie betem ne yi se wo mo start egro na kronfo na start bobo kwa mu ha ne dua ya ne dua ya ila bi mu ho no o ma gigi amanfo si ka gigi bi moto ejo mo be kwan na no mo mpe petrol ko ni bi no mo mfa kwan suma ne ma ne bre
me that say all right hello
John.
Yeah,
Good morning.
good morning.
Na we
Nyamiadum.
Unia bema nana bidide bakuteni nana bidide bidide say Mr. Ishak Otwo, a very intelligent and very wisely communicator. Kata for JSMC communication and yankiatemu kana ukabiri ose Ishaka science and data at semi wakabiano what kind of facts this house NDC evidence thing okay. So mama, I don't know what came out and maybe what did you can know? What can you know? What down a mebulu and your jumania? Maybe so say. Anya, you're not gonna walk on Anyano, Vice President 3KT, or Trebika. I just don't want Trebiko, or KT Trebika.
Right, me that say I'm for last caller. Good morning.
Morning, Sir John.
Yeah.
Akoma, Midwest.
Come on, I meet you.
Mamma Bob say Mama. Na NDP communicators the job on better to papa sir. Edward be Naku after a more for a more cancer. A cancer number dome. Would be sick away 4 months. Now for man 1 month what you make? I said you want for cancer source. And you can see into a bamba on the million for Alan Kodotra Mate. All the way you pay. Papa Nagana Akoma than so, maybe than so, Edward. Watima boa ama nkonko bebre adwuma koso ama babu adwuma because Ghana no ntimi yes one dey sense your resources okoko ekufa do se kiska so come there sika na eto so na wen sajo ene come na di Ghana oh no maybe one ma yen kado
me that say right thank you very much Facebook for Manzaid mo message wa ha na opon ketwan so message wa ha Benis and others Esther Champon unyina mo message say wa Isaac Akoma Arija Azari enso ewa ha and afi Thursday boy good also message wa ha ni nyina no ye nkoma yidi anope mo so mo views na share on the Facebook page Evans Kwachi so hwe free Paris. All right, so eno ye de Musa Abato ade enso so ba Nyameche Yaw Augustine o message wa ha Steven Ejemensa enso so o message by Esther Champon say kwakwa for J hu wa che o hye hefa also afi opa na ne wo hu no wani age very very well yima my enwie me ma 2 minutes why
yeah sure
yes, 2 minutes enwie
me na free fufu no
yeah
na daroma me na meka nwabieja akwan wasa nti ye de no be hyem na se John menchia A2 Enterprise oye aluminium profile ne glass on your
Medasi.
Also on from show in your
Medasi.
Chief Director Mr. Adolf.
All right.
It shall be brief.
Thank you. Jacques.
Oh, I'm in a position from you in a show. Come on, Kasana Makasala.
Oh, my idea.
I'm giving you Ghana GDP is now over 1 trillion Ghana cedis. And yeah, debt, public debt, no, 658 billion uncalculated debt to GDP.
5658.6.
Yeah.
According to
Uncalculated. Me say uncalculated.
But Bank of Ghana figures on the top one no refer to the that was yes. Yeah.
As at when?
IMF.
As at when?
As at when? We are speaking
IMF projection. Projection for the year end.
Figure IMF war 83.6.
I know your projection.
No.
For the
as
year.
we speak.
As at when?
Finance ministry for the real figures in right.
I heard the Bank of Ghana say 67.7.
Maybe the 68 point something now the Kenya no. IMF for corona figure. So the data now here compare no. IMF projection. Say be before fra. Entina me ka say. Offer source. Don't just turn out
okay,
figures.
Money.
Akwasi, yes, I have when you.
What is
Enti debt to GDP no. Enye of friends say 84% now.
And what is your source?
What you say? 66%.
And what is your source?
Before before external.
No, money.
You see.
Money
You
land. No. You see. Or see before. Or build about let him land.
Now 66. What is the source?
Sir John.
As original home house source. Yes.
2 minutes.
Sir John. You question me when the fact is wrong. The fact is that Ghana GDP is over 1 trillion. Is it not a fact?
The debt to GDP. Let's end in a minute. Let's end in a minute. Let's end in a minute.
When I decide. Officially, Ghana's GDP is over 1 trillion Ghana cedis. Correct?
Okay.
Correct? Ghana's offering is saying debt at the moment is 658 billion. Correct?
From the Bank of Ghana.
Correct? And therefore the calculation will give you 66% of GDP. Please.
Right, but that's how we end. That's how we end. That's no. You see, I am referring to the Bank of Ghana's. Meba.
Bank of Ghana. No. What is the current bank BOG? That to GDP.
This is a publication that was May. This is May's publication. Where am I am reading from the May's publication.
Bank of Ghana say.
Bank of Ghana say, according to the Bank of Ghana, I'll say the debt now is 658.6 billion. Which means they account for the GDP as debt to GDP ratio. As at May, according to Bank of Ghana, it was 62.7%. That is what I'm reading.
And as at now,
that's what I'm reading.
So May, we
so that is that. No, don't say that. Don't say that. That's not fair. That's not fair. For anybody see her na yako. Akwene men say take you over. Na mame enye birthday si na yenko. Mame your birthday si na yenko. Okay, right. Happy birthday to you. Within the Lordina, a nurse at Tech Hospital. Happy birthday to you. On behalf of your daughter Kezia and Urua, yes, or your head of events and promotions of Akoma. Omo wish you a special birthday. Happy birthday to you, Lordina, a nurse at Tech Hospital. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And afe Emmanuela nso edin birthday ene. Happy birthday to you, Emmanuela. Oye Juma wa Alpha Lotteries. Ene your birthday from Nanaba. Or wish you happy birthday, Emmanuela. Happy birthday to you. And afe we Charlotte Addo, Divine Abilities Foundation. Today is your birthday, Charlotte Addo, Divine Abilities Foundation. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. From us, Akoma FM, we show special birthday. And I feel so happy birthday to Dr. Mrs. Abigail Educhum Opoku. Today is your birthday. We are Juma Food and Drugs Authority. From your husband and the children, Kayla, Jeremy, and Kiana. They are wishing you a special birthday. From them, they love you so much. And dear Tiabusia, a honey jumedi nisi. Me didn't say John. Obibini akwenemen say take you over. Na nyame adomo a Monday ye be share you ye din komo.